4 flags here tonight. If you are new to the community, kind of checking out what this is, we have our annual fall tournament starting this weekend. So we are giving a preview of these flags. I'm Bad Karma. I am joined up in here in the booth by Xenocat. Xenocat, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Bad Karma?
Oh, I'm excited. This is the new flags that we're running for this event, and they are exciting. If you have not run them, they are very, very tough flags.
Yeah, I have to say I've had some very unorthodox Z fights on this flag set. Sometimes we have the joy of C maybe no dupes, which means the seed will give you however many characters and whichever characters it wants to give you, and you just have to deal with that.
Yeah, on top of this being the main attraction of this flag, is that the C hero flag will be on for this entire event. That means our starting character tonight is Sid. He is our hero. He is our agility anchor. He gets experience even if he's dead. He has to do the Mount Ordeals fight solo, but he does get a fancy weapon from Kokol if we can forge that for him.
Yeah, and unlike some heroes who can get some rather lackluster weapons from Kokol's Forge, Sid has all 3 of Sid's options are quite good. He can get, I believe, either the Gigant Axe, Thor's Hammer, or the Flare Hammer.
God, I love it when I get the Flare Hammer. It's just so nice to let Sid hit things.
Yes, with Nuke. He can cast Nuke with the Flare Hammer. It's great. It's not a very powerful nuke, but it's still nuke.
If you've ever wanted to see somebody have the ability to cast nuke but hit harder with this physical weapon, that's Sid and his Flare Hammer.
Yes.
But as we got these objectives up here, the staple objectives for the event, we're going to have to defeat Wyvern, complete Cave Bahamut, some people call it Cave Value, and forge the Adamant. And then our 2 bonus objectives tonight are open the Troya Treasury and conquer the Ribbon Room as we are getting started.
Yeah, and as we see, we have a Palom start here. Dr. Luge hands us the pass. No walking down through the bottom of the lunar subterrane today. You can just take the shortcut in Troya, and we are off. What do you think of this Palom start with the Sid?
I like the Palom start. Palom can get going really early, just do Hobbs. Sid can easily take care of Hobbs to get Palom those level 2 spells.
Yeah, Palom and Sid are both powerhouses in the early game, and Palom retains a lot of that power into the late game if you take him up to his highest level spell, which is Nuke.
Yep, and as we are getting underway, we do have our 4 restream runners. This is actually quite a big field we've got tonight. Not only do we have the 4 in front of us, we do have another 20 or so running. I had the number and then it was gone.
It's a lot.
25 tonight is what we've got. So these 4 runners going to get up against 21 others. This is kind of how our qualifiers are going to be. These large live races, to be eligible for the top 64, you have to do at least 4 qualifiers. Tonight is going to be more of an exhibition because it is the community race, not a qualifier. As we've got some divergence as well. 2 people in the Watery Pass, 1 on Hobbs and 1 in Baron.
Yeah, the Watery Pass is a very common looting play on this flag set, since you can just quickly get some pretty good tier loot out of it. It's weighted a lot better than Baron, which tends to have overall not super great loot, but I kind of like this aggressive play from Dr. Cossack, heading straight up Mount Hobbs. With that Sid, who can kind of handle the Mount Hobbs boss by himself, I don't hate this play at all. Get that extra character, figure out how much looting you really need to do, and get this Rosa in the party super early. Unfortunately, Ogopogo here is not probably the boss you wanted to see. It's a rather challenging boss, even with Sid's damage output.
Yeah, but our Aegis and Solaris is going to be showing us how this extra looting is going to really benefit. Solaris pulled not only some Dragoon armor for that Sid, but also a black belt. That's in a poison axe, I believe I saw in there as well. So their Sids are going to be hitting a lot harder than Cossack's. Meanwhile, Sorbius is doing some DMC looting, and we'll see where he decides to go next as well. As this Ogopogo is not going down quietly.
Yeah, Ogo is putting up a fight. And well, though Dr. Cossack does get through it, Solaris and Aegis are going to be much better prepared when they get to that fight, just by virtue of having stronger weapons.
Yep, and Sorbius looks like going to be gearing up for a dive in the Antlion Cave. I like doing Antlion early because I will tend to forget checks if I don't do them early. I know we have a number of runners out there who have their own strategies around Antlion, but Sorbius is going to be making the dive right in here.
Yep. Antlion is an interesting check. It's a very easy check to do, so it's often done first simply because it's the easiest boss that rewards a key item. But the loot in here is not that great on these flags. It can give some decent stuff, but you're not going to get any of the really high tier stuff that you see in the Watery Pass or Ebwin Castle, for example. And it doesn't really get. You can make it faster with exit, and it doesn't give you anything other than the key item.
Yeah, and unfortunately, with doing this early and with these characters, we are probably going to be walking this out unless our runners decide to do a little shopping. But we won't find any exits anywhere because we don't have any J items on. Oh, there's our wyvern.
Oh, good. We have been turned into toads.
Oh, that's so rude.
It's okay. The dancing dagger still works when you're a toad. This is fine.
Oh, that's a big pickup by Sorbius. I don't think Dr. Cossack has that.
Yeah, I don't believe he does. And Dr. Cossack, I don't think has any way to cure this toad.
Oh no. Thor Rages. Hopefully get enough done.
No, they will. I don't think Thor Rages will do it. I think Dr. Cossack has to leave Antlion and go somewhere else.
Yep, and Aegis is heading down as well. We will see if she can get through the wyvern that will toad you, as Sorbius is through though.
Yep, and gets a magma key. This means we know the hook is somewhere on the overworld, because wyvern is not allowed to gate your underground access.
Yep, along with Valvalis and Golbez on we don't have the unsafe flags on that would allow those to gate the only path, so that hook is out there somewhere.
But not the most important, since we likely don't need the hook for any of our objectives directly, but it could be relevant.
Dr. Cossack going for Star Veils. The normal strategy of beating Wyvern is just reflect his spell back.
And it looks like the toad happened, and the toad missed Palom. And got reflected off the veils. So yeah, no toad. But unfortunately, that means that Dr. Cossack is now down 3 Star Veils out of the starting 4.
Yeah, and that's going to play a huge part in this. Mostly Star Veils people think of Wyvern, but there's a number of bosses. Asura is one where, you can cheese kind of Plague with Star Veils as well. So not having those can be pretty significant later on. Also, you might need one for Zemus if you're doing some reflect strats.
Golbez is another boss that can be extremely rude in certain places without Star Veils. So they're quite valuable, and using them this early has got to hurt, especially since we can't buy them in shops on this flag set.
Yep, as we said earlier, there are no J items in shops for this event. That means you're only going to find things in the treasure chest, so maybe Dr. Cossack will get lucky, find some Star Veils in a chest somewhere, depending on how much he wants to loot. Meanwhile, Aegis walking out doesn't have a good way to take care of the toad.
Yeah, he's just deciding that not to deal with Antlion right now. They'll maybe come back later once they've got a better party set up. Maybe once they've learned Toad on a character themselves, so they can turn their character into a Toad, or untoad after they've turned into a Toad. But meantime, Dr. Cossack is going to be the first of our runners underground.
Yep, as Sorbius is taking care of the Nope Noodle, has the Poison Axe, so this Sid is in the middle. Should be able to do some damage here and get this knocked out.
Yep, and Solaris getting the bad news about Toad.
Gonna maybe try for the Thor Rages. Oh, he has a Zeus Rage, maybe?
That's good for about more than half of the Wyvern's HP. That's pretty decent. Might get through this with Thor Rages rather than reset.
Thor Rage is another item that can be useful. We get a Rude Kanatsu somewhere. You may need those. So, but we do have Palom. Palom can just cast Lit 1 and take care of the wave that way.
Yeah, and we already know that this is going to be the Magma Keys, so... well, Solaris doesn't know that. We know that. And, oh, that's going to stop the Thor Rages.
Yep.
I think the Rod doesn't work either. I think that... Yeah, that Rod reflects as well, so...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not able to get through that without access to that Dancing Dagger.
Neobari, that's an interesting option, I believe. I can't remember where Piggy and Toad are in the status ailment priority list.
I think Piggy can be turned into Toads, from what I remember. I'm not confident about that, but I do believe Piggies can be turned into Toads.
Covington's, I believe Sorby's found that Dancing Dagger in Baron and was the only one of our restream runners who actually looted Baron. Meanwhile, we've got Pale Dim is the one attacking Fabul here. Ooh, a nice pickup for Dr. Cossack. That was a Dwarf Axe for Sid. Yeah,
that Dwarf Axe will help keep Sid's agility in check. Lowers his agility by 5 and allows him to back Rogue Glitch that Sid easily.
Yep, and it looks like he just got through the Nope Noodle, so is going to be flying around a little bit more. Solaris taking another crack at this Wyvern. We'll see how this gets handled. Tried to get the Ice 2 cast off before the Toad.
It gets a better roll on that Zeus Rage, and I think a better roll on the Poison Axe hit, so gets through.
Nicely done, Solaris. Getting the high rolls there. Gets his Magma Key, and will probably be venturing. Meanwhile, Dr. Cossack is underground. I miss what was in the Fey March freebie, though.
He got the Twin Harp, so we have access to music now. If Dr. Cossack so chooses.
I'm confused, Kat. Why is the Twin Harp so good? I can't think of anybody up here in the booth who would, know anything intimately about the Twin Harp stuff.
Well, you see, when you go and make the trek into Cave Magnus to go fight the boss at the Dark Elf spot, the magnetization spell is still in effect, and we left in the harp cutscene, but we randomized a harp song, and there are, I believe, 300 harp songs in the harp tool, in the pool right now. So it could be any one of those 300 songs.
And that's a lot of songs. And
yeah, they're a blast.
Yeah, and I know we've had a couple community members. Calm Lamity has done quite a bit of them. Boardface has done some, and I believe you have as well, Xenocat, have you not?
Yeah, I've done a few. Just a few of them.
300 in Venerable.
Yes, in Venerable. There are exactly 300.
Yep, and we have some dueling Fabuls going on for Solaris and Aegis. Dr. Cossack still going around in the Fey March. Sorbius has dropped the key in. Has a Luca key from the Fabul defense.
Yeah, that does open up another check. However, the sealed cave is a fairly long check. And so a lot of runners like to fade it, especially since the boss down at the bottom is extremely fast and has pretty powerful magic abilities.
Yeah, why does the evil wall need such strong magic? Just to get that stupid gradual petrify off? I mean...
Yeah, it needs to land the gradual petrify. They needed to make sure it hit.
Who would be silly enough to cast magic on it?
Palom.
Palom, of course you would. You can't help yourself.
I mean, really, it's just supposed to be another reason not to use Rydia to do things, because they thought Rydia was too strong.
She is. She's very strong in a vanilla game. She's very strong in free enterprise as well. Let Rydia do stuff.
Yes, Rydia's actually gotten a decent buff in this new beta, with Leviathan being dropped to tier 5 and other dragon killing gear other than the dragon whip being restricted.
Yeah, we actually can see the Leviathan summon now showing up in shops frequently here in one of these gated underground shops, and sometimes in some of the other gated shops as well.
Yeah, it's now, I think, one of the only things that's restricted gated shops. In fact, if you go into Ebon Cave, which always has 2 tier 5 items in the shop, there's a pretty good chance that you find a Leviathan orb there, because it's either going to be 2 Leviathan orbs, 2 elixirs, or 1 Leviathan orb and 1 elixir. Also, we don't have to fight Golbez.
No.
This is a good seed.
Yeah, I missed who the Fey March bosses were when Dr. Cossack was roaming around, but now that I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, we're not coming back to that.
Yeah, no, we have K-Summon off, so the Fey March bosses aren't guarding anything particularly valuable. I mean, they do have some decent loot, you know, but it's not going to be anything that's game-breaking, so I expect most runners won't bother with either of those 2 Fey March fights. Although, maybe if you can get a particular setup for the dolls, you could take them out quickly.
Yep. And Dr. Cossack went and used one of the starting sirens that he had in his inventory to kind of get his group some levels. I didn't see if he had enough to get Palom to Quake, which would be really useful for Aegis over on these D-Lunars. Meanwhile, we've got dueling Sylph Cave walks here for Dr. Cossack and Zorbius, as they are going to let Sheila know where her long-lost husband is.
Yeah. Buck Runner's just going over, talking to Yang in the bed. You don't have to do anything once the item screen pops up. You can just exit back out of it. Then head back to Vabul, go talk to Sheila, and you get her key item check.
Yep, and count 0 in chat. That is the pass, the one that is lit up on the top row, second from the left. That is the quick and easy way to get to Zeromus. So that way you don't have to walk through the lunar subterranean. You can just talk to a guy in Troya. He'll let you through a wall, and you can go right and fight the final boss.
Yep. The pass just saves a nice long walk down the LST, and while that's not a key item, that is an Avenger, which is going to be great if we find a Cecil or a Kane.
I mean, even an Edge would enjoy it once. Ooh, Mom Bomb in the Dwarf Castle, though. That is not a fun time. That's going to
be punchy, and that explosion is going to hurt. Meanwhile, Aegis and Solaris are fighting Evil while I believe Baron Inn.
Yes, this is the first fight here. The second fight is the D-Lunars. Aegis is going to be going for round 2 on their attempt, and then we've got Solaris going to get the news that, hey, it's the D-Lunars.
Yeah, the D-Lunars are rather rough here because this spot hits fairly hard, and having to take 2 punches as opposed to 1 is rude.
Very, and that's what we've got now, and looking to see how can we knock this out. Solaris has not done a whole lot of underground looting. Dr. Cossack found an Earth Hammer somewhere, which will be really good for this fight. He just unfortunately was not able to get through the Wyverns. Does not have the Magma Key yet.
Yeah, Solaris taking advantage of the fact that the D-Lunars are undead and using Cure 2 spells to deal damage to them.
Yeah, this is a really heads-up play here that, you know, I tend to forget in the heat of the moment myself. I always think, oh, let's just use some fire stuff, but you can heal them to death too.
Yeah, I mean, fire stuff is more effective, but healing does work.
Ooh, this could be... Okay, I think Sid is wearing some Dragoon gear, so he's getting some of that dragon protection.
That Dragoon gear is helping out a lot in this fight, because that essentially reduces all of their punches to 1 damage.
Viteja.
A little more. I don't know if Dr. Cossack talked to Sheila.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We'll have to get a look at his inventory, but looks like he just got the frog, so getting the party up here. Doesn't need to. There's no experience for the spot, but they're going to get through the D-Lunars. We'll see if Solaris can get through it. Having a little bit harder time, but looks to be trying for frogs as well.
Yep, put that veil up on Sid. Don't really need it on anyone else. The back one turned itself into a frog. That's really good. And the front one... This is fine. You can still get through this fight relatively easily. Or you can just toss a Cure 3 at the front one and be done.
Yep, and now just a few well-timed A presses with this Ogre Axe, and we'll probably get through here. Meanwhile, Dr. Cossack showing the power of the Quack Kid.
And Baronin hands over an Eddie and a spoon. But Eddie can't equip the spoon.
That's so sad.
Of course.
Yep, unfortunately the spoon flag is not on. That spoon cannot be wielded by everyone's favorite bard. So he will get a short bow and some arrows and a sad face.
Yes. Edward is going to be very sad.
Sorbius, meanwhile, taking another attempt on the Mob Bomb.
Has Blink on Rosa, which is going to help out a lot with this fight.
I think maybe I may have missed it. Sorbius may have went and cracked an egg, judging by the levels and the spells.
I'm guessing that's what has happened.
All right, where is Aegis going to go from here? We are running out of overworld checks. We've got Ordeals, which Sid is more than strong enough to get through the solo fight on Ordeals for majority of things that can show up.
Yep. Looks like that's where Dr. Cossack and Aegis are heading now.
I'm really worried that this is going to be the hook, and it's going to steer Aegis away from that Wyvern.
Oof, that could be really rough for Aegis, unfortunately. I think we know that this has to either lead to the hook. Either this has to be the hook, it has to lead to the hook, or there has to be a demist somewhere holding the hook.
Yep, and while we have the dueling Ordeals fight, they got in there exactly at the same time. We've got Solaris doing the underground, gonna get the Twin Harp, and Sorbius is on phase 2 of the Mom Bomb.
Yep, has done enough damage that the Mom Bomb is now ready to explode.
Has Palom queued up, ready to go for the explode.
Yep, just gotta be careful not to cue the Quake too early.
Right, and perfect. Looks like Sorbius is going to get through this. Meanwhile, we've got Asura in the Mylon Z spot.
Yep, or in the Mylon and Friends spot, but yes.
Yes. Sorry,
this is a little bit rude, although you can lifelock this spot fairly easily. It's not particularly fast.
Well, and Dr. Cossack has the Quack Kid, so gonna make really short work. The magic defense here, not that powerful. Unfortunately, Aegis does not have the Quack Kid yet, so he's going to have to find a way. Use 2-star Veils to be able to get through it, though.
Yep, 2-star Veils will prevent Asura from healing herself. Or if you always attack right after she uses Life 1, she will continually hit Life 1 herself, and she'll never get to heal herself. But we have found our Demist. Demist is at the back of our deals.
So all of our boss hunts are done. We've found the Demist who's going to give us a key item. We found our Wyvern. We are now just looking for key items to get to the moon for 2 checks, and either Forge or an Earth Crystal.
Yep. I don't expect we'll be forging this seed, although you never know. The Earth Crystal could be really buried.
Here's what we need. We need the Earth Crystal at the Ogopogo altar, gating one of the forge pieces.
I mean, yes, but only if we put an alt gauntlet there.
Agreed. I thought that was just implied.
I mean, I figured it was implied, but I don't know that our audience would have figured that it was implied.
We haven't seen the alt gauntlet yet. The dream is still alive.
Indeed. I completely missed what the second boss at Dwarf Castle was, but Sorbius is through.
That was the Kaipo Guards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are free.
And so Sorbius the first one through. I did not see who the character was though.
I did not either. Tracker Heart Gamer telling us that it was Kane. Yeah, Kane is a great addition. He's fast. He can actually hit things hard.
And can make use of that Avenger that we got from Sheila 1.
Yes. Solaris checking Job Dwarf.
I missed what it was. There's 4 screens. It's so hard.
But yes, we do want to shout out our behind-the-scenes team, LSL doing the restreaming and Hart doing the tracking. Without them, this would not be possible.
Yep. Ali rolled this fine seed that we were viewing. All the goodness we can, thank or blame her, whichever way you're feeling. That was an adamant rock, though, there in the changing room for Sid.
Yep, and Mylon has decided that he wants to be Sid's inner demons.
I mean, do your inner demons have friends?
No. They're just as lonely as I am.
I mean, I can't even count myself as my friend of my inner demons, so. Aegis is through the Demas, though, going to be able to take on the Mylon and friends. We'll see, hopefully, what the Demas check is, because that is got to be either the path to the hook, or is the hook itself.
Yeah. That Demas has to be our logical underground access.
So we are 3 key items from Gomo now.
Yeah, well, we need a darkness crystal. We can't finish the seed without it, because we have 2 of our objectives up on the moon, and then we just need to find either the earth crystal or the legend sword.
Yeah, and that objective of opening the treasury, there's a separate one for beating Zot, so you don't even have to go up there. You don't even have to loot the treasury. You just got to open the door.
Yeah, super easy.
Ali, you already told us that all the glitches were turned off.
Yeah, we can't 64 floor glitch. It's off. No, it doesn't work.
You're not trying to win if you don't try the glitch that's not turned on.
Yeah, if you don't try to find a glitch mid-race, are you even trying to win? And it looks like that Demist is the hook directly.
Oh, that would have been really interesting if that was the Earth Crystal, because then the hook is at the end of Zot.
Oh yeah, that would be spicy.
Anyway, Dr. Cossack still looking for characters, so gonna go get that hovercraft. Wants to check out another gated shop. Meanwhile, Sorbius got the Baron key, it looks like, from Dwarf Castle, so diving right in.
Yeah, this makes sense. There's a character here as well. A couple bosses to fight, nothing too scary. Much easier check generally than Dwarf Castle.
But speaking of Dwarf Castle, that's where Solaris is going to be doing battle with the Mom Bomb. Aegis is through Sid's inner demon fight.
Yep. Sid's inner demons had friends, which is the scariest kind of inner demons. But they are gone now.
Vanquished all of them. Not just the inner demon, but the inner demon's friends. That is some good self-therapy right there.
Yes. We should all aspire to be more like Sid.
We already established that, Ali, that Xenocats and I do not. It looks like Dr. Cossack is looting with abandon here, not scared of the Staleman fight, ready for it.
I mean, I don't know if he's picked up the Ogre Axe or the Poison Axe that some of our other runners have picked up. But that would make Sid do some serious work against the Staleman, although it looks like he's stopped looting now.
But he does have Palm with Quake, so that also makes really short work of the Staleman too.
Yeah, the Stalemen are weak to lots of things, but I don't think Dr. Cossack is going to get the reward he wants out of this hook route, as that's just an Edward.
Well, he is going to be looting now, so now that he knows that it's just a duplicate Eddie, we do have the no dupe flag on, so can't be rocking 2 bards.
2 Edwards would just be too powerful.
2 Edwards, no spoons.
Way too much power.
So much power.
We had to nerf double Edward.
No, please be the water hag. Don't ruin the dream.
Nope, that was a pause. That's a gauntlet.
Oh, the dream.
The dream of gauntlet at Ogo is dead.
There is plenty of other rudeness that can await our runners to gate that earth crystal in the hook.
Yep. Dr. Cossack is taking on the Stalemen now. It did show us that Leviathan is the boss at the Ruby spot, which isn't too bad for Aegis's party.
I'm really hope that Aegis goes back to that Wyvern, gives it another go with finding some gear.
Yeah, to me that it's a reasonable play to just assume, oh, this is a hook seed because, you know, I found the hook. Wyvern can't gate my logical underground access, but on hook seeds you really want to check pretty much every spot on the overworld because you never know if you're going to find an out-of-logic magma key that just shortcuts you right underground.
Yeah, and I think it's also, too, for me, it's the allure of the objective. While you know you can just come back and hopefully be able to just swamp it real fast and, you know, deal 1,000 damage, you really want to get that knocked out sooner.
Yeah, it's unlikely that you're going to be in a situation where it's not going to cost you a lot of extra time to just ignore that Wyvern forever. Like, you're probably going to have to come back at some point.
Sorby, so this is, I believe, the 4th fight on this gauntlet, so
Yep.
almost wrapped up.
What's your favorite enemy in this gauntlet, Bad Karma?
Oh, Aqua Worm for sure, because he waves at me.
I'm more of a Hydra fan myself, but to each their own.
Do you hail Hydra when they come up?
No.
Okay, well that's good then.
Hey, look, it's 2 Aqua Worms.
I like it when people just wave at me though. Like, you know, it just makes me feel important, like I'm, you know, a good part of their life. It's the same pun twice. It works. And Allie's in chat soliciting 2 new commentators. I cannot see a reason why.
No, we're fine. We've got this.
And there was the double Leviathan summon that you were talking about.
Would you like top Leviathan summon or bottom Leviathan summon?
I can't choose. Ask me again if we find Iridia.
We found a different character in Baron Castle. We found a Porum. Porum is a character that exists.
I mean, I'd take that Porum instead of the Edward.
Yeah, no, for sure. Having 2 people who can cast Berserk, amazing.
Oh man, so we've got Solaris now following Sorbius. We've got Aegis going to check out the hook route, going to be rewarded with the Dubetti and seeing this Leviathan. We'll see if they decide to go a little deeper.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dr. Cossack is heading into Dwarf Castle to start following this chain, and
that's a good chain to follow. That's Darkness Crystal.
Yeah, you need to do this at some point. But there's no getting around it. You've got to go through Dwarf Castle and Baron Castle.
Oh, Sorbius. Is Sorbius fading ordeals?
Yeah, why not? It's long. There's no Cecil or Tella in the party.
But it's got the adamant. I mean, Sorbius doesn't know that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fine as long as he finds the Earth Crystal. It doesn't matter.
This is true. This is true.
It's not a play I'm personally a huge fan of, but it makes sense.
I guess I always just want to flex the power of, you know, having the hero solo that fight every time. Maybe I lose time on that, though.
Yeah, the hero doesn't need to flex on that fight every time. It's not an objective. I mean, in this case, there's some value up there, but like, it's not an objective in and of itself.
But how much value? Does it make as much sense, as any other play? I mean, Lord Gruber's asking if these checks make money.
I mean, I would say without knowing where all of your bosses are, which Sorbius has not seen that demist, I would say, there's still a decent chance that you should go just take it out. There's 3 more checks to do. It's 3 more boss checks. None of them are going to be very hard for Sorbius's party at this point. It feels like a weird thing to fade at this point in the seed. Early on, I can understand, but the later it gets, it just gets easier and easier.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dr. Cossack took a wipe against that bomb. His palm got blown up in the explosion. We're going to see who this Moon character, and hopefully a K value check.
I do appreciate that Ali at least rolled us a required gauntlet in some form.
Dr. Cossack going in for round 2. Hey, there's a Moon Palom.
Yay, we can't... That's not a character, because we already have one.
I mean, he is a character, just not one we can take with us. Edward with a spoon was fantastic. I'm not sure if there's anything in the seed so far that's topped that.
I think I'm convinced that Edward was just like eating brunch or something, and at that table with like the evil wall, just like having a blast, and we were just like, hey, we're gonna beat up your friends and then take you on our adventure. And Edward's like, wait, why?
I've never met this thing before. I never got to interact with it at all in vanilla. Just let me eat my vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, and they're like, no, we're taking your spoon. And yes, we're gonna take this spoon from this fine dining establishment, and we're gonna take this Edward and take them along on our adventure for no reason other than we can.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, we're gonna take the spoon, you're gonna come with us, and we're not gonna let you use the spoon again.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to touch that spoon.
Alright, who is our required K value boss? Oh, it's a free fight!
Oh boy, Sorbius getting paid out for checking this is going to be able to take care of this objective right away. Now, this objective can't have any progression behind it because K-Summon is off, and this is a summon check, but this will be a bit of an infusion of experience, especially for that Porum who is new. And it's just a free objective taken care of, and there's, maybe a good piece of gear.
Yeah, quite possible. Sorbius, go get a drink or something. You got about 45 seconds or so of not having to hit anything. Dr. Cossack, on the other hand, making the very interesting check of turning in the Twin Harp.
Yeah, looks like Dr. Cossack is going to show us maybe what our music is.
Alright, looks like Aegis is walking backwards, gunning to at least turn in some of this loot for some money, check these shops, and see if they want to deal with this Leviathan or go back and take another crack at the library.
Yeah, but Dr. Cossack has made it to this Dark Elf fight, and we're going to be getting ourselves some music very soon as Sorbius, real quick, pulls a rune axe from King Queen Evelyn, so I guess Sid can hit mages hard now.
And hasn't done that as Sauron Ordeal, so when he does, boom, instant one-shot on the Isra.
But I think we should be quiet for the music that's coming up.
Should we?
Yes, I think we should. I mean, I put a lot of work into the songs This might not be one of mine, but
I hope it's one of yours though.
And I can't take credit for that music. That was all Calamity with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I mean, we were talking earlier about how great it is for Edward to be handing over the spoon and then joining the team. What about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music with the Dragon Turtle?
Amazing. And Dr. Cossack, unfortunately, just getting a package from that, which doesn't give him any value other than being an extra key item.
Extra key item could be a character, but that's a long cutscene. You need to get a Cecil. We don't really have any edge gear to even warrant an edge to be worth the while, I think. As Sorby is showing us, the Ribbon Room is the Elements fight.
Yeah, this Elements fight is interesting. It's technically fine. Technically. It does have a rune axe, so, can get through that Ruby phase pretty quickly, but it's gonna have some HP, and it's gonna be not the best.
Yep, and Routhian, yes, we do have the 10 key item bonus on for this, so it is gonna help Dr. Cossack in that regard. That has been one of my struggles in my practicing for Highway to the Zemus Zone 4 is getting that grind. Getting my characters up to Zeromus levels to feel comfortable with it. That has been a real challenge of mine.
Yeah, I found that some seeds tend to lean more towards D-Money, or the D-Machine grind. Some lean towards a Mac Giant. Sometimes you just want to take some trap chests. Sometimes Behemoths even in Cave Bahamut can be a decent source of experience. It all depends on what your team is built for.
Yeah, and Dr. Cossack is not ready to go back to tackle the bomb yet. Gonna go do some more looting, do some more shopping, and Tamra, meanwhile, Aegis has found the 4 Mad Ogre chests in Upper Babel, so trying to get some more experience and prepare for this hook route fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pala misses out on that experience getting punched at the last second. Solaris, meanwhile, is taking on the hairdryer's chest, as we call it, in the Lunar Pass. This is a pretty decent source of experience early on to sort of jumpstart your moon dive.
Yeah, this is a good 25, I think. 25,000.
I think it's like 31.
Oh, 31. And it's a good source of like getting a higher tier item. I believe tier 7 can be pulled pretty frequently here.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent chance of getting a higher tier item. We just get a Murasame, that's a tier 6 item, which is not bad, but we don't have edge.
No ninjas to be seen, just as the way that they like it.
And oh no, that's a terrible hook route.
Oh no, he just...
Oh no, Antlion has left his natural habitat of the moon to block underground access in one of the punchiest, fastest spots that you could be expected to do without having underground access.
I would almost, I don't think I'd do it, but almost be tempted to throw that silk web.
Now, the silk web is for Z.
Oh, I know. That's why I said almost.
But yeah, there goes Palom, there goes Rosa.
Oh, and Sid is...
With that counterattack, Sid's not going to be able to take too many of those.
He can take the punches, but he needs a friend up. All right, Dr. Cossack's going another round on Mom Bomb. Solaris has found the free King Queen Evelyn fight.
Yep, and it looks like Sorbius is heading in to take on the White Spear Altar, which is an Odin summon. Or not an Odin summon, just an Odin, the boss, you know.
I don't hate this. This Palom is going to make really short work of this. If Sorbius can slow it down, get Palom to get the lightnings out, probably we'll get through this.
Yep, Palom does have access to Lit 3, so that'll help out a lot with this Odin fight. But you do not want to see a Zendhetsuken here. That would be bad.
Oh yes, very much so. Dr. Cossack is still kind of is getting a little struggle here with this Mom Bomb still, but I think this Quake should get him to that second phase. Oh, not quite yet. Slayer's doing the same thing as Sorbius did, and getting all that XP for that fresh Porum. 17 levels just casually.
Yeah, it's a good little boost of experience here from the Cave Bahamut. Perhaps not worth leaving her down for the hairdryer's chest. It's only a few thousand more experience than just getting the hairdryer's chest, which would have also been doubled. So overall, a little less experience on the Porum, but not too bad.
Ooh, Sorbius had to take the reset there. Didn't have that much left on that Ode, but the Zantetsuken did come out. Moving some agility around, it looks like, trying to speed this Palom up. Just casual lit bolt. Oh, that was a huge hit from a Grey Bomb there.
Oof. Yeah, those Grey Bombs punch and they punch hard.
This is Dr. Cossack's path forward into the seed, though, with that Darkness Crystal behind this required Baron behind the Baron key. That's the reward from this. Aegis, meanwhile, is hanging in there. Has enough items, quite possibly could get through this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I think Aegis, if she can get through this Antlion, should be. And there goes Antlion. Leviathan is not the threat. Aegis is gonna be through this hook route in honestly a pretty good time, considering the rudeness of the hook route.
Absolutely, very well prepared. With the well-geared Sid taking those hits, no XP in that spot, so not worried that the rest of the party didn't get anything. So we got round 2 for Sorbius. The sword is already raised.
Yep. There's one more with 3, but that's not quite going to do it. Kane comes down. I think
no.
Might have been trying to have Kane up during that sword raise.
The virus, get something?
Nope, not enough time.
Alright, let's see how Aegis does during this Leviathan. This has some pretty strong magic, so if okay, the magic's not as strong as I thought it was.
No, this Leviathan is fine. This is gonna be fine. This is just a giant pile of hit points.
Gotcha.
With needing to have healing, but like we have Rosa. Aegis is fine.
Oh, here's a water hag. Gonna get some little bit of infusion of XP here.
The wrong blue robe.
We were almost there. This is like you know, when you have a dream within a dream.
Yeah. It's kind of right. Not quite.
Not quite. Hey, Dr. Cossack got through, got the quake up, didn't have a rude explosion like you did on the previous attempt, got through the mom bomb.
Yep, made it through. And Sorbius, meanwhile, getting through that water hag, gets a pink tail as a reward. Can't turn that in if you don't do ordeals, though.
Yeah, it doesn't really have anybody on the team who's going to benefit from that tier 7, tier 8 loot, though. I mean, maybe the white robe would be nice.
Yeah, a Dragoon Spear could be useful.
That is true. I mean, we got an Avenger, but yeah,
It would help you grind on double gold dragons or whatever. Also, Moon Veils. They're tier 7 now.
Awesome. That is true. You are right. I forgot that Moon Veils were moved up to tier 7.
You could get a Moon Veil, and that's basically, hey, free Odin fight. With Kane? Kane plus Moonveil is free Odin fight. If you know how to time the jumps.
See, there's the caveat that you didn't mention when you first started that statement. If you know how to time the jumps, as you're sitting here talking with somebody who doesn't know how to time the jumps.
The jump timing is rather difficult.
All right, let's see who is here at this, because this moon. All right, let's talk about this moon. We've had Odin, who's kind of rude. We've got elements, you know, rude in some spots, but you know, and octopus. Okay, moon.
I mean punchy, but not that bad.
Yeah, with 2 white mages, this is free.
This is fine.
And the water hag.
Yeah, this moon has been so tame, other than the Odin. The Odin has been awful, and everything else has just been fine. You know? None of these other bosses are scary.
Looks like Aegis did take a wipe, is doing some rethinking here. Going with the short bow lit arrows. Would that be better than the Ogre Axe or the Rune Axe? I don't think Aegis has the Rune Axe yet.
I think the Ogre Axe would be better just because the short bow is so inaccurate. Something like 20% accuracy.
Oof. But we haven't found any other good bows.
Any decent bow with lit arrows probably would be stronger than an Ogre Axe.
Alright, so we got Sorbius is working through the octopus that can somehow come out of a crystal floor, like it's water.
Yeah, you know, that's fine.
Just casual. Solaris is through the elements. Probably gonna meet this Odin and be like, whoa.
Yeah, Odin is gonna be rude. Because Odin is rude, and that's what Odin does. Dr. Cossack making the interesting play, maybe knowing that he's wiped a couple times to Dwarf Castle and has also took that Twin Harp check, which was quite long. Making a play, looks to be making a play up Keyless Tower.
So I am in the minority in this. I do not like Keyless Tower. Now, the one thing that I can see, and since Cossack is looting, he's got an Earth Hammer Sid.
Oh yes, that would probably take out these trap chests quite quickly.
And with how quick we'll be able to get through these trap chests for potential of good loot, I could see why Dr. Cossack is doing this.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, but it's fine. And Sorbius did get a pan out of that Crystal Sword Altar, so has decided that's enough moon for today. We're gonna go do other stuff.
Yeah, and if Sorbius hits that Ordeals, gets the hook, then has another turn in with the Rat Tail that was also found on the moon.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Sorbius has pulled, what, 4 key items from the moon? That's probably about as many as you could expect to see.
I would agree with that. I think this is the right play for Sorbius.
Yeah.
Head out. Don't need to get through that Odin, but Solaris
Don't need to
is.
get through the Odin. Don't need to worry about checking the Murasame altar. They're probably not anything. Just go turn in your pan, check the tower key.
Yeah, Solaris got through it, gets a crystal ring. A very underrated piece of gear, I feel like. That is a huge pickup.
Really nice. That's +5 agility to whoever gets it, plus a whole bunch of other great status resistances. And,
oh, Solaris,
defense.
no! No, Solaris, there's a pan! Got the 2 key items from... Oh, wait. Maybe just needed... No, he's got cabins.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah, got 2 key items.
Well, only 1 key item behind the pan. This Sylphs only hand over a random item, which is usually good, but not a key item.
Was a Siren this time, though.
That's good for, like, 100,000 experience or so. If you use it in the right place.
So it'll be really interesting then, like what gets pulled from the pink tail? Is that going to warrant anything? And we'll see what Sheila 2 may possibly have.
Well, Pigtail will have to wait, but
agreed.
We may see what Sheila 2 has. Looks like Sorbius is heading up for the super cannon item first. Might actually do a full clear of Lower Babel. Here.
I would. I think you're looking for, for Sorbius's instance, you're looking for both pieces of the Forge or an Earth Crystal. You want to get as many key checks. You don't want to have to go down and come all the way back up.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that Karate is up here.
And it looks like Solaris is joining Sorbius in this Lower Babel. Doesn't have the pan from the Crystal Sword Altar, but otherwise is pretty well set to clear the Lower Babel.
And unfortunately, Aegis is struggling with this Leviathan. Gonna pop the Siren in here. This is the wrong kind of egg. This is a green dragon.
Yeah, this is not going to be a great fight. The green dragons have more health, give less experience, just all around not great.
We will see if this is enough to get Aegis through. Easily wiped it out with a hit from the axe. Gets a couple levels, It's
not nothing, but it's not great.
I like the play here, though, that Aegis just did. Didn't save after the fight. So if they don't get through it, they're getting that Siren back.
Yeah, I do like that. Since that Siren wasn't really used to get a whole lot of experience, it's not going to be a long-term deal breaker if you just have... It's going to be more useful to have it back and useful in the underground.
Let's see if it... Come on, chat. Let's give Aegis some cheers here. Let's get Aegis through this Leviathan.
Yeah, it does look like Sorbius is fading top of tower.
Oh, interesting. We'll see if that's going to hurt him here in a sec.
No,
it is not.
Just a Sand Ruby.
And is this what Sorbius needs?
No.
No.
The tower key is not the way.
Does still have Sheila 2. Does still have the Luca key as well.
Yeah, no one has bothered to touch Sealed Cave.
Hasn't found Demus yet, so gonna be doing some Miss Cave check.
We'll get to see what boss is here. Oh, hi, Dark Elf.
Bye, Dark Elf.
We have a nice time in that cave.
Oh, are you crying, or is that mist in your eyes?
Yeah, I can't imagine Solaris is going to be too happy about this Sanderby either. But can't reset because still has to do the super cannon check.
Yep, gonna be heading on back down. Let's see what Sheila 2 has. Is this the Earth Crystal that Sorbius is looking for?
It is not, just another Avenger. Oh no, that's the Sheila 1 Avenger.
1.
Oh, it is!
It is!
We have go mode for
Sorbius with the big play. Cleared most of the moon, recognized, got 4 key items, started checking them off, and gets the Earth Crystal, which is go mode. Do not forge a fiery hammer. Pass go, collect some $200, and we'll see if Sorbius is gonna go in here and do this.
Those levels are a little low.
Those are so scary levels. We don't know what Sorbius' siren situation is.
I think has maybe one? Maybe?
Yeah, that Viteja, you were right. I believe I saw the Sid was around 39.
But there's the crystal.
Dr. Cossack, meanwhile, is going to check the Luca cave.
Sorbius checking this treasury out. A whole lot of arrows. I guess there's a ninja sword and a Gungnir. Gungnir would be nice if we didn't have an Avenger.
Good for selling if you need some money somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know how much money we need with this team.
Also true. We're not forging, so
Ooh,
hey,
ooh,
there's
a siren. That's actually useful, and like the black shirt is nice.
Do you want to give a reminder? These 4 runners in front of us are not the only 4 running this seed. We do have 21 others going. Nobody has finished yet, so Sorbius is in a very good spot to take this first race. Has more than 10 key items, so gonna be getting some nice XP. Looks like going back to the moon, got a couple sirens, so I suspect gold dragons.
Could be gold dragons, although gold dragons might be a bit tricky with this party. To answer question in chat, Gungnir is typically weaker than Avenger just because Avenger gives +10 to strength and agility. And that strength bonus is usually enough to make up the raw attack power difference between the Gungnir and the Avenger.
Also, I think the Gungnir has lower accuracy than the
Yes,
Avenger as well.
it does. The Gungnir is 80% accurate, while the Avenger is 90%, I believe.
It looks like Aegis has actually got a good rhythm going here. Getting the party still alive. Sid swinging away as a berserker. Solaris is now also in go mode.
Nope, Solaris doesn't have the pan, just was picking up the Avenger.
Yeah. You were right, I forgot. Oh no.
Yeah, that's not go mode yet. Solaris has to go to the Crystal Sword Altar, or find both halves of Forge. That's an option, but it does look like Sorbius is just gonna take on some behemoths.
This is interesting. I mean, I guess the party is probably set up a little bit better for behemoths. I think you still could have got away with gold dragons, though.
I don't think so. There's no dragon killing gear on this team, and doesn't have access to hourglasses. they would have been a little rough.
Slayers, meanwhile, going to do some more music. We're going to get a rendition of Neon Knight Riders. Dr. Cossack, I did not see what was at the bottom of Luca.
I did not, but it doesn't look like he kept it, whatever it was. Heart confirming it was an elven bow.
Oh,
oof, that is not what you want to see.
But is on the right path now. Gonna be rewarded with the Earth Crystal.
And Aegis is underground. Yes, one other point about Behemoths versus Double Gold Dragons is we don't have the life glitch on. So Double Gold Dragons are only going to be 120,000 experience with the 10 key item bonus, whereas these Behemoths, they're about 100,000. So barely any less.
Yeah, it really is, you know, how quickly.
So much safer.
Oh, yeah. Two blink casters, absolutely.
But I suppose we should think about being quiet soon, because we're going to have some music coming up.
Slayer's making short work of the turtle to the tune of Neon Knight Riders. That's the second rendition of that. As Aegis is heading down into the Fey March.
No, you're just getting started on this underground sort of loop. Gonna probably check the Fey March freebie, peek the Fey March bosses perhaps, although might not, since she knows where the Demist and the Wyvern are. There's no reason to check those bosses because they can't be anything of value.
There was where that Earth Hammer was, just sitting right there in the Fey March.
Yep, it's free for the taking. Does get their Twin Harp.
Sorbius, I believe this is the second Behemoth for Sorbius.
Yep.
Dr. Cossack, though, getting through the Alt Gauntlet, looks like coming up to the double Aqua Worm.
Oh, this is interesting. Solaris is making the play Up Mount Ordeals, which has the rat tail in hand from the moon and will be able to show us maybe what that rat tail is. If that rat tail leads to the Legend Sword, this could potentially swing a lot back into Solaris' favor.
Yeah, and looking at what's available, I think it has to be that. Unless, or the Murasame altar.
It could be up Zot.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Right. I forgot about Zot. How can anyone forget about the Tower of Zot?
Yeah, it's only like one of the slowest checks in the game. Nivari, Mukaki was checked. It was an Elven Bow down at the bottom of the sealed cave, so no key item there.
Still the best bow we've seen, though.
That is true.
Alright, looks like Aegis is going to go trigger Sheila 1.
Yep, gonna get their Avenger. Solaris finds this D-Mist.
Caustic with the Darkness Crystal. Gonna be some moon checks away from go mode.
Sorbeast, meanwhile, it looks like it's comfortable, done grinding behemoths. Might be gearing up to head into Zeromus. I'm not sure I like this play without Nuke on Palom. Just stopping just a few levels, just 3 levels shy of Nuke.
Yeah, I think if you were going to put in that much effort against the behemoth, you got to go all the way to Nuke. It's a lot of power. We've got what, the Avenger and the Gungnir for Kayn. We've got an Earth Hammer for Sid.
I mean, Sid has probably a Rune Axe at this point, which would be better than that Earth Hammer, but it's still not great.
Yeah, that nuke is really going to speed things up if you were to go all the way. So we'll see how Sorbeast wants to handle this fight. Solaris, meanwhile, is being greeted with Sid's Inner Demons and Friends.
Yep, and that Adamant. Wouldn't it be funny if the halves of Forge just switched places?
I mean, with the seed we've got, okay, if that happens, then we've had 3 instances of just ridiculousness that I'm all for.
Yeah, this has honestly been a pretty hilarious seed to watch unfold. Just the out-of-logic Magmud Antlion, with Antlion guarding the hook route. Edward and the Spoon coming to get as a package deal, but not being able to be put together.
And then the Neon Knight Riders with Ganatso for the fight. But before we get to the flags, I do want to say should thank Alisale for rolling this fine seed for us, making everything look good. Heart Gamer for tracking, keeping us honest here in the booth. Xenocat, what are these flags in chat?
I think it's nap time.
Excellent. You got the rest of this, right?
No, I meant it was my nap time.
Oh, man.
But in all seriousness, these flags are referring to the fact that we randomized Zeromus' Sprite, because we can't move him around. Zeromus is too big and scary, so we have to put him at the end of every seed. But we can't just leave him vanilla. We got to make some things interesting, so we randomized his Sprite, and there's over 500 sprites to choose from. Most of them designed by the wonderful Scala Kitty. So we do have a question we'd like to ask relating to these sprites. Would you like to do the honors, Bad Karma?
Absolutely. Whose Tookus is getting the Bookus? Wait, did I do that wrong?
Close enough.
Excellent. Whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
And is the butt cute?
Is.
And does it have a butt?
It may not. Oh, the tease. There was that slight pause there. It was like as Zeromus was starting to shake. It's like, no, we won't get to see it.
This is Battle Speed 6. So it's going to take a little bit.
Cycling around, it looks like, getting to the party. Looks like Solaris is doing some shopping.
Might have just been peeking for a cursed ring, which is available in ungated shops. Oh, Aegis is trying to get us music, but we're in the Z fight. And the rat tail's just a tiara.
Our dreams dashed again.
It's Bubsy!
It is Bubsy. This is the second time I've seen Bubsy in a week.
What, you're just gonna have to be fine with Bubsimus?
I'm not fine, because my last encounter with Bubsimus did not go well. Yep. For those who are unaware, for winners of the events that we have Highway to the Zemus Zone 4 coming up, and for members of the Restream team can enter a lottery to be able to choose a sprite to enter. As Veneral was pointing out, this was chosen by a previous winner for Starman. So if you are interested in contributing in this fashion, you've got to enter. Or come Restream with us.
I believe this was Starman's sprite for winning the Highw4y Open roughly 2 years ago. Little less than 2 years ago.
Yep, so now we've got Solaris doing some doors to get some XP.
Yes, I approve. But Poem doesn't have wall. No! Betrayed.
Kane doesn't need XP.
It's fine.
You can get some on the next one after Porum and or Rosa get wall. Oh, or Rosa's got wall.
Yeah, no, Porum is just slow at wall.
Ooh, gets the mana core though. That's never a good sign. Doable, but not a good one.
No, we don't like manticores. Because they do that.
Yeah. Fortunately, we also do know we're talking over the Neon Knight Riders. We do have Bubsimus though on our screen, so we are trying to keep everybody up to date.
Yeah, it looks like Sorbius is playing some sort of hybrid strats against Bubsimus. Zerked up Sid and Kane and is reflecting some level 3 elemental spells with Palom for a little bit of extra damage. But this is going to be a fair number of Big Bangs we're going to see here, because that's not a lot of damage coming out.
Yeah, unfortunately not, although I will say Neon Knight Riders to this Aromas fight.
Oh hey, there's two different Kanazos. Look.
Hey, it works. They're just distant cousins. Oh.
No. That one turned into Val.
And the first Big Bang's out. Properly nerfed.
Yep. First Big Bang is the easiest one to nerf.
For some of us up here in the booth, it is the only one that they can nerf. That's me, not you. You're really good at this game, I'm not.
I don't even go for nerfs on most feeds past the first Big Bang unless I really need it.
See, that's how good you are, because I need it.
I just like to grind white mages up to levels that they can actually tank Big Bangs.
Alright, Black Hole's out. Kane does have the Avenger in his hand, though, so not affected by this. Just Sid is. The Star Veil is down, though.
Yep, we'll have to Resurrect Sid to get him swinging again, and put up that Star Veil again as well. Kane's really not putting out much damage.
Yeah, we really haven't found any, like, strength-increasing gear.
Yeah, I almost wonder if it might have been better to just start this fight off with the Avenger equipped. Or at least take some other action with the Avenger equipped so that it updates to the Avenger's stats.
Mm-hmm. Palom is trying to contribute, though. I believe Sorbius did do a bluff or two. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, maybe one buff. Is doing okay damage with these lit 3s.
Yeah, unfortunately, that long cast time is just, is eating out so much that,
Yeah.
Sorbius can be pumping out.
The long cast time really hurts compared to something like Nuke, which Palom is only 3 levels away from, and does more damage with a much shorter cast time.
Oh, but Dr. Cossack, no, you left the moon before the pan.
Oof, unfortunate.
And that's that Earth Crystal's got to be gating that Legend Sword.
Oh, did he check Murasame Altar?
I don't think so.
Because that's the only other spot we have left.
Oh, you're right. Why do I keep forgetting checks?
First, the Earth Crystal doesn't exist. Then it's the only check that exists.
That's right. I'm very wishy-washy in these checkings.
Ooh, that was a weak Cure 4 from Rosa.
Yeah, we have not really found a lot of gear for our party.
And Porum has real low HP.
This is curious for Aegis taking the package.
What could this be for? Because they don't need the Palom.
They found Demist already.
And they know about Wyvern.
Oh, that's a good point, Ali. Could be not realizing no dupes is on.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to find out about another boss, maybe.
Oh, does the reset though?
Zemus has taken Rosa down.
I believe that was actually Palom that took Rosa down.
Oh, well, Rosa didn't need to be up anyway. It's fine.
Slayers, meanwhile, still working on the doors.
Zemus is going to take Palom down, though. We don't need Palom. Palom can go away.
Yeah, no, I mean...
No mage is allowed. Porum is allowed to stand up for now.
I mean, no mages allowed, but also currently we have no winners. Sorbius is still playing for first place right now.
Yep. It looks like Sorbius is going for this nerf. We'll see if it lands.
He just came prepared with one heal, all that they will need. Gonna be getting this Wyvern down and gonna see the Magma Key.
Yeah, this is gonna be some real bad news for Aegis.
Is on the board though, one objective complete, just needs 3 more. Is it a pretty good situation? Just needs to start heading towards Dwarf Castle.
Yep. Sorbius going for the nerf. Gotta hope this nuke has a wall up on Porum. That's really up.
That helps.
Yeah, getting that wall up on Porum to protect her for that nerf. Because otherwise she would not survive.
Dr. Cossack is saving and going right back up to the moon.
But that nerf was missed, so Porum and Kane are down.
No. Oh no, that is not good. This was such a long fight.
Sid versus Zeromus. Then there's no black hole.
Oh no.
Yeah, unfortunately that's a reset for Sorbius.
And how high is Solaris going on these? I think that was a nuke that I just saw.
Yeah, that was nuke. I don't think has Porum quite high enough yet.
Yeah, Porum is still at 49.
Yeah, looks like might be taking Porum at least closer to white.
This is gonna speed Solaris up though for his Zeromus fight. If Sorbius is gonna be employing the same strategy, this is a long fight for Sorbius.
Yeah, this is a long fight, and Sorbius really needs to nerf all these big bangs. Ralthian, 1500 HP is not at risk if the Big Bang is nerfed. However, if you do not nerf the Big Bang, it's absolutely not a safe amount of HP. Because a nerfed Big Bang cannot possibly do more than 1200 hit points of damage.
All right, we've got Aegis in the right spot, getting this Mom Bomb fight. Dr. Cossack is about to get his pigtail. Solaris working on doors, probably maybe one, maybe two left, and we've got Sorbius going round 2. Still no winners in this race.
Nerfing a big to answer question in chat, nerfing in Big Bang is essentially Zeromus setting his spell power lower, so it only does 4 rolls of Big Bang instead of the usual 8 or 9. So it's roughly half, but essentially you get 4 rolls that max out at 300. So it maxes out at 1200 as opposed to 2400 for an unnerfed, or 2700 if it's the 9-roll Big Bang. You can also reverse nerf the Big Bangs with Rydia's Call Command and get 10 rolls, just in case you want to take 3000 damage from a Big Bang. You know, if for some reason you want to take more damage, you can do that.
You lost me at nerf. I thought a dart was gonna hit me in the head or something.
Heart, no, that's not a strat. I don't think unnerfing Big Bangs or powering up Big Bangs is not a strat. Maybe a strat to see if you can kill fast. It does not work before the first Big Bang. It has to be after the first Big Bang, but before the HP refill.
Scythe Marshal, that is an interesting point. We don't have something that says lose the Zeromus.
I think that serves the same purpose as win game.
All right, Bubsybus is back up. Sorbius is ready to go.
But as Sorbius is entering this fight again, we have our first place finisher. Frostbite 3030 has finished this race in first place with a time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 58 seconds.
GG's Frostbite, if you are out there. Dr. Cossack, meanwhile, taking on the Odin, has the Avenger Cane going. Aegis, meanwhile, got through the Mom Bomb. It is working through these Kaipo cards. And their second place, Possumorpheus, in at 1 hour, 26 minutes, 45 seconds. GG's to second place for Possumorpheus. Let's see if Sorbius can get through here and get third place here. Get your cheers out, chat. Get Sorbius through this. Where is Solaris heading back to LST? We know this is the right play. Is he going to do a top down, or is he going to, go back to the bottom? Dr. Cossack, meanwhile, is going to be looking to take on that Crystal Sword and the Octoman here soon. Is this the Legend Sword at the Murasame altar?
We will find out.
Next time on Free Enterprise.
Imagine if we just like cut the stream right there.
Oh, we gotta wait till we see the boss and we get through it.
No, we just see the Baron guards and then nothing. It just cuts.
Yeah, you guys gotta come back on Friday to see the rest of it.
It'll be such a disappointing episode on Friday though. It'd be like Sorbius finishing the Z fight, Solaris showing us what's at the Murasame altar, and then everyone wrapping up their seeds. No other excitement.
Nope, none at all to be seen. As we've got Aegis making the dive down on Luca, gonna be getting the Elven Bow.
Yep, probably resetting out of the Elven Bow.
Looks like these Baron guards are giving Solaris a little bit of a fit, even though that they've been muted. Ooh, that was a huge hit on that Kane.
Yeah, Kane's small, so he hurt. So he's like struggling a bit, and they're punchy. And Stone misses.
Just a small Dragoon.
Dr. Cossack now picking up his pan.
I would I would expect an exit here. Yep. But does Cossack do Murasame before leaving?
And ooh, goodbye for him in Sorbius' fight. That's not great.
Ooh, but Solaris did land the stone. Oh, is this Big Bang nerfed? Yes, but ooh.
And Solaris does get white on that Porum from that level up, and it's just a power shirt.
So the Earth Crystal, unless I'm forgetting another one, Earth Crystal has the Legend Sword.
You're right. The Earth Crystal is required. We got to get to the Crystal Sword altar.
I other than the Ogopogo altar, that's the only thing left for Solaris, I think. So, I think probably gonna hit that next. It's gonna be really set up well, I think, for this Aromas fight.
Yeah, no, Solaris will have a much easier time than Sorbius. Has white on both of his white mages, has nuke on Palom, has that power shirt, which is helping Kane out a whole bunch.
Do have a third place winner. Microcords coming in third. 1 hour, 30 minutes, 41 seconds. GG to Microcords on getting third place.
Yeah, GG's Microcords.
Sorbius still hanging in there. Got Rosa back up and getting the party back up. Looks like may have this stabilized.
Yep. Rose is at least probably safe.
Makura? That is quite possible.
Yeah, you know what? An exclamation mark is very powerful. I think we figured out what the canon appearance of the power shirt is.
I'm all for it. That's all I'm going to think about now anytime Bubsy Miss shows up. Solaris making the right play, though.
Yep, heading to this Crystal Sword altar, leaving the Ogo altar behind, which is fine. It's just a pink tail.
Yeah, we didn't even turn it in because Sorbius never found the hook.
No reason to turn it in.
Dr. Cossack getting objective number 3 done, getting the Rune Axe, has Go Mode in his hands. He doesn't quite know it yet, but I assume he will be heading right there. Oh, he's going to be doing some behemoths himself.
Yep. And Interrobang on the shirt is what an adamant armor looks like.
Haha.
And oh, that was an unnerfed Big Bang, and Sorbius takes another wipe, unfortunately. Oh no. We do have a 4th place finisher that just finished. Sentient Flatbread has finished with a time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 43 seconds.
Sorbius's levels are in the mid 40s. You know, this is a tough fight for this. You know, I don't know about using a cat. I would not feel comfortable in this fight at all. Sorbius does seem to be feeling comfortable going right back in, though, not making any changes.
This fight is a really sketchy Z fight, honestly, and we might see here the benefits of doing a little bit of extra grinding, even though it's not very fast, just to make the Z fight so much more smooth.
Solaris is skipping the bottom of the moon, though, skipping that Ogopogo altar, even though it is a water hag. Going right back, going to be turning in this pan. Dr. Cossack doing some grinding on some behemoths, whereas Aegis is working on Baron Castle. Going to be coming up to the alt gauntlet here soon. Will get their Darkness Crystal.
And then we'll just have to get down to that Crystal Sword altar and chase the pan and, you know, take on the other objectives up on the moon while they're there.
All right, is this round 4 for Sorbius or round 3?
I believe it's round 4.
Sorbius, you've got this. You got a little bit of bad luck going into this, but I think you've got this. Solaris getting one more Siren. It'd be interesting to see if Solaris pops that or not.
I don't think so. Solaris has all the levels that he needs, has all the big spells on all the casters.
Just needs to get in there.
Yeah, I think Solaris is primarily concerned with just finding go mode and getting to the end of the seed as fast as possible at this point.
All right, Bubsy Miss, you've been smiling for a little too long. I think Sorbius is gonna take care of business this time. There's your Earth Crystal, Solaris.
Yep, Solaris is in go mode, and the nice thing about this is he can fly pretty much straight to Troya, open that treasury, and then walk right into the Z fight. But before he can do that, we do have a 5th place finisher. Baka Shinobi has finished this race in 5th place with a time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 9 seconds. GG's to Baka. And to answer question in chat, we had an out-of-logic magma key at Antlion, guarded by Wyvern, who casted Toad on the party. Aegis decided to fade that because it wasn't a logical underground access and did everything else and then chased the hook route to the underground. Well, the other runners got through that Wyvern and found the magma key there.
Oh, interesting. Dr. Cossack triggered the storm.
Yeah, it turns out the behemoths counter holy magic with storm.
And when you're well prepared for it, can just cure 4 up and move on. All right, Solaris probably gonna do some gear checks here soon. Yep.
Yep, just making sure all the gear is as he wants it. And is now heading into this Zeromus fight.
Dr. Cossack, meanwhile, also in go mode, doesn't know it yet, has the pan in hand, just needs to go turn it in, but wanted to get his grind done. Solaris already did a door grind earlier, so Solaris is heading in, going to be greeted by Bubsy Miss's shining magical face here soon. I don't even think you could count that as a smile.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's more of a devious. It's not really a smirk, I would say. But it's devious. Like, I guess it's kind of a smile, but like a devious smile.
All right, so we got Aegis, not ready to go to the moon yet. They are heading to the top of Babel. Saw that it was, you know, the karate fight up there. This is the Sand Ruby.
Yep, Sand Ruby at top of tower, so nothing great.
Interesting thing to note, this would actually give Aegis 10 key items.
Yeah, that could be really nice for Aegis heading up to the moon. Just might be able to just use the moon bosses as a grind and then not have to worry about doing a sort of dedicated grind.
And with how free some of those fights are, I mean, if Aegis just checks, you know, it's going to get K value and get the free fight there. If it can get all the way down to Water Hag, you know, that's going to be ready to take on that Elements and possibly Odin.
Yeah, but Solaris in Z fight now. We will see how the Z fight goes.
Yep, this is it's got 3 casters and looks like not throwing the Avenger on Kayn, getting Kayn ready to counter this counter nuke with a cure.
Yep, might be setting up for reflect strats.
Yep, has Starveil and Rosa, first white cast coming out. That's exactly what Solaris is doing. Going for just pure reflect, not using the Avenger, not using that power shirt. Sorbius, yep, meanwhile, getting a black hole. Ooh.
Yeah, black hole is rough. Just slows everything down.
So Solaris is set up pretty well. Battle speed 3 casters. If you are new to Free Enterprise, new to Final Fantasy IV, Zeromus has an HP refill because we couldn't just do 120,000 HP. So around the 45,000 mark, if you do direct damage, then Zeromus likes to refill. You could skip that by doing reflect strats, which is exactly what Solaris is doing. Has 2 white casters and a nuke caster. Gonna make really short work, not having to chew through the entire HP pool, whereas Sorbius does have to go all the way down to the full HP, go through the refill.
Yeah, and the way that works is that Zeromus activates his refill as a counter attack, or as part of a counter script, as a counter to something you do. However, you cannot counter attacks, and the way reflected spells are programmed is they're programmed so that it's a counter attack where you're trying to cast a spell on your own character, but that character essentially counter attacks with the wall and then does a counter attack on Zeromus for damage. And if all your damage is through counter attacks, Zeromus can't counter that counter attack with a refill.
Yeah, and while you were given that explanation, we did have a 6th place winner, so Solaris and Sorbius are going for 7th place now. Rybon came in 6th with 1 hour, 41 minutes, 23 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Rybon. Solaris has got to be getting close, I think.
Yeah, reflect strats are very fast.
I believe that's it.
Yep, that's it. The spell name isn't going away. That is Solaris done in 7th place with a time of 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 43 seconds. GG's to Solaris, and we'll see if we can get him in here for an interview.
Yep, and right after him, we had Tybalt finished in 8th place, 1 hour, 42 minutes, 22 seconds. Sorbius is still working through here. getting the cures, has Chemicid going. It's like Dr. Cossack got the Earth Crystal, getting his crystal, as Aegis is heading to the moon.
Yep. So that is now a third runner in go mode. Dr. Cossack, I believe, does have the levels to have a fairly safe Z fight. Maybe not quite as many as Solaris, but more than Sorbius. And I believe we are now joined by Solaris. GG's.
Hello, thank you.
How you feeling about that one?
I feel great. My gambles obviously didn't pay out the way I wanted them to, but I'm really happy with how I routed that.
Yeah, it never really felt like you were struggling to get through anything beyond maybe that initial Wyvern, which was very rude.
That Wyvern was hilarious. I low rolled, I don't know how many consumables that I threw.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate when it's just like, it just didn't want to go your way the first time, you know?
No, it must have had like 20 hit points left. It's fine.
Probably. Something like that. It's fine. Not the worst time loss.
I also got trolled really badly by the Baron guards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My one only.
The one person you had doing damage got sized.
Yep.
Naturally. Because that's just how it works.
Yep.
It's fine. But yeah,
Everything's fine.
Everything else, about that, you played really well, and those were just a couple of unfortunate bits of RNG. And it's just the gambles, like you said, the gambles that you made didn't really pay off.
No, and that's fine. I got 2 gems from the moon, and I was like, these are 2 chains. I'm done. I'm good. I'm out.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that there was another chain up there on the moon, and that turned out to be the one that you needed.
Yep, that was the required one. But honestly, getting 7th for doing basically the whole seed except Zot, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
No, it's a really, really good time, all things considered.
Yeah, especially on this flag set with the up difficulty of it. Sea Hero, granted you had Sid. Sid's one of the better heroes to have, but with how much you did and the time you did it, hats off to you. Very well run.
Yeah, thank you. I've been prioritizing on this flag set looting early and just trying to get power to make my life easier, basically.
Yeah, and
it plays to my strength personally.
The powering up definitely played to your favor on Restream, as Sorbius beat you to the Z fight, but has been struggling with a low level fight, unfortunately.
Yeah, that team, if I wasn't going to get forged, I was really worried about, so I did doors. And I wasn't sure, doing doors on Sea Hero without guaranteed agility, I didn't really know how that was going to go, so I ended up trying a few different things. It was fun.
Yeah, maybe not the most efficient grind, but you try things.
It worked.
It did work. You did get the experience you needed. And it definitely wasn't the worst grind option you could have chosen.
No, it wasn't, but that's probably the one place I can make up time. But that's all right.
For sure.
Yeah, we saw a lot of different things. We've got with you with the doors, both Sorbius and Dr. Cossack both did Behemoths in K value. You just unfortunately did not get through the Wyvern until after the hook route, which was Antlion into Leviathan. So we're still waiting to see how they want to approach their grind here soon, as Dr. Cossack's getting ready to go into his Z fight.
Antlion into Leviathan, the Antlion is gross. The Leviathan is okay. Who was the hook route character?
It was a dupe Edward.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Of course it was.
Nothing good down there.
Yeah, that Magna Key from Wyvern was, wow. That was something else.
Oh, that was... Yeah, it's like that's out of logic.
Yep.
But also...
And actually, okay, that's the one thing. I should have known that Ordeals had the hook. I actually didn't. I wasn't thinking about that, but... Because that was out of logic.
Yeah.
it was like Ordeals or Twin Harp, and I did Twin Harp first. Actually, I forget where the harp was from. It might not have even been that. I think that was underground. So yeah,
harp
it was
just underground. Yeah,
yeah.
Harp was Feymarch freebie. So
Really
yeah, it was.
interesting.
I mean, the hook was on Demus technically, but like.
Yeah,
Demus was on Ordeals.
that's right.
So it's fine.
Yep.
So you've entered the event for ZZ4. How are you feeling with the qualifiers starting this weekend?
I'm feeling pretty good. After a lot of practice and the way kind of the practice has gone for me, it's interesting. I think you have to practice a lot of different heroes. I really like the people that were talking about doing a forced start with certain heroes just to make sure that you're used to it, like an Edge especially, or an Edward. And then the other thing is, I think my mindset is I'm leaning... I think my play is usually to lean towards consistency, and I think on this flag set it might lean itself better, at least for me, for enjoying my experience. I think it's going to lean itself better towards more gambles, especially in the group races. So I'm looking forward. I'm trying to win these. I don't need to, but I honestly think I'm fast enough that I could try to gamble and win, and I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that that strategy plays out. We'll see.
Well, I know I wouldn't look forward to facing you in a 1v1 race, so
You never know what this randomizer is going to do, though.
Yeah.
I will say. But yeah, otherwise, that's kind of it for me. Thanks so much for the restream, as always, for comms, for tracking, for especially restreaming. Couldn't have a show without any of y'all, but yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you for running for us.
Yep, excellent run. Thank you. We couldn't do this without you being up there, so GG's, and look forward to seeing more of you here in the event.
Yeah, for sure. All right, thanks, y'all. Bye.
Bye. That was our...
Yep, that was our 7th place finisher, Solaris. We did have a few more finishers finish in that interview. Rex Banner in 9th with a time of 1 hour 44:37. Moleboy in 10th with 1 hour 44 minutes and 41 seconds. Tankred in 1 hour 46 minutes and 19 seconds. And Sorbius in 12th place with a time of 1 hour 47 minutes and 29 seconds. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview. GG's to Sorbius.
GG's, and that ding means that Sorbius is joining us. How are you feeling about that one?
I'm glad that I screwed up that first attempt in the Z fight in a community race and not in the qualifier. Yeah, that first attempt, I had that if I thought about Black Hole for a second, and then I couldn't get it to go quite right in the second one, and then did that kind of awkward Palm and Friends thing on the last one to get through. But yeah, glad it was in a community race and not one that not one I was trying to get into the tournament.
Well, overall, you still ran a very excellent race. You were the first one on the restream to get into Zeromus. The wipes, unfortunately, a lot of just, honestly, just bad luck in my opinion. You handled the fight really well, especially in the clear. How are you feeling once you started seeing all those key items and that almost pretty free moon that you had?
I realized I had made a very good decision to go to the moon as fast as I could and just try to do it. And it ended up paying out. I may as well have been the first person in the race into Zeromus, honestly. I was in the fight just after an hour.
Yeah, you got to that fight very quickly. Just unfortunately, the fight didn't go your way.
Yeah, I didn't see a good way to get the rest of the XP I needed for, nuke. I could take the other behemoth, but that wouldn't quite get me there, and then I didn't really want to dig around for, trap chests or something.
Yeah.
And I knew I could probably make it work with the Avenger, but, that's going to be the case on these flags a lot. You have just a wonky-ass sea fight.
We did see some doors done on the restream.
Oh, okay.
And the Murasame altar was completely free.
Oh, was that the other guards?
Yep. It was the other guards, so that was a good source of experience for some folks.
Yeah, peeking that might have been a good idea.
Well, all in all, still, like I said earlier, very well-run race. You know, how are you feeling with the event starting this weekend? How are you feeling, you know, with the qualifiers?
I'm feeling pretty good. I've been practicing a lot. I feel pretty comfortable with pretty much every hero through most stages of the game. I don't like Edward as a hero just because he doesn't bring a whole lot to the table. Where most of the other characters have at least some point during the game where they're nice to have in your party.
Well, Eddie can still do some stuff if you forge, but forging is not always guaranteed.
I don't think there'll be a lot of forging at all.
Yeah, forging happens, but it's one of the rarer objectives completed.
I think of my 12 practice seeds, I've forged twice.
Yeah, I think I forged something like 3 or 4 times, maybe. No, 4 is a lot. Probably 3 out of 12 or so, maybe a little more. It's not going to happen a lot.
I would have loved to have forged and gotten the weapon for Sid. Then I would have probably just done more traditional berserker strats, but with a rune axe that just wasn't going to put out the damage I needed.
It did turn out that forge was not going to happen for many runners because the legend sword was at the top of Zot.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone was going up Zot.
Nope.
Not with Wyvern readily available and 2 moon objectives just hanging out open before you find the Earth Crystal.
We did predict that, though. It wasn't in the spot we wanted, but we did say Earth Crystal leading to Legend.
Yeah. We were hoping for Alt Gauntleted Ogopogo, but...
No, Alt Gauntlet was in Baron.
Yeah. We were glad to see that required.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, just like such a linear seed looking back on it. It's like, okay, there's one thing early on, and then it's just get the Darkness Crystal and then go find the Earth Crystal.
Yep.
And there's no other checks that matter.
I mean, I ended up fading Ordeals and the Twin Harp, but I think everything else that ended up being open. So I skipped Top of Tower also.
Yeah, you missed out on the Adamant, the package, and the Sand Ruby.
Yeah, not pretty happy with my party.
And I guess the hook from Demist on Ordeals.
I had an Avenger already for Kane. I'm not sure if it would have given me a whole lot that I cared about.
I mean, a Dragoon Lance if you wanted to grind. That's about it. Maybe a white shirt. That's the only real values that could have come from the Avenger with that party. Unless you really wanted a Moonveil for some reason.
No, I don't think it would have helped me against Z, and that was really all I was worried about.
A Moonveil against Z is just a Star Veil. That is fancy.
Mm-hmm. Star Veil with more work attached.
Yeah. But do you have any more questions or any final thoughts on the seed, Sorbius, before we let you go?
No, it was a very interesting seed. I'm really curious to watch back the VOD and see where I sort of deviated, I'm sure, from most of the people on Restream. I don't expect a lot of people just completely ducked Ordeals.
Nope, not everybody else went there.
Everyone else went there eventually. Several other runners did actually fade that for quite a while, but everyone else did eventually go there.
Yeah, it was on my list, like, alright, if this is a Zonk, I'm gonna go do Ordeals finally, and it just never was.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys for putting this together, and as always, thanks for restreaming us. It's a lot more fun to race with people watching.
Yeah.
And everyone have a good night.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing to be restreamed.
Always
it's a pleasure watching you.
Good luck in the event. We'll see you in the qualifiers.
Yeah. Dr. Cossack has finished in 13th place, I will just want to say, real quick, with a time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, 28 seconds, but has declined the interview. So we will be sending y'all over to Aegis as she finishes up this run. Thanks all for hanging out. Do not spoil anything from this race. We will bonk you. You don't want to be bonked.
No, you do not. Allie's got the bonk hammer ready. and will be coming.
Yes.
Do want to thank Alice L for doing the restream, rolling the seed. It was a fantastic seed tonight. Heart Gamer lighting everything up, keeping us honest here. Four-man races are really hard to track, and you did an excellent job. Xenocat, as always, it's a pleasure to do commentary with you. Always fun times. I look forward to doing it more.
Yep. It was a great time doing comms with you, Bad Karma. But that is all for tonight. Let's go cheer on Aegis as they finish this seed.
Y'all have a good night. We'll see you over on Aegis' stream.